go live.
All right.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Now some might consider us
we
live.
are live officially. We're still working out the kinks. Thank you for joining us once again. We are the Professional Casual Network presents. Oh yeah. No. Wait. Did I roll a wild?
Oh wait.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Did I roll a wild?
Oh, yeah.
A Marvel Crisis Protocol Povlog, I, of course. And the guy who sits in this chair, I'm Chuck. And I'm joined once again by the CEO, Editor-in-Chief, Supreme Ruler, Reptilian Overlord of the Professional Casual Network, and the guy with the computer. Tim,
Oh hey, what's up?
what's going on, bud? And I am joined by the whole reason why you are here, the extremely popular, the extremely wanted, the infamous, the majestic one, the only one with what chromosome do you have? Do you have two X's?
Yes.
The only one without a Y chromosome at the table. Took me a minute to remember.
Why did I like totally
Yeah,
blanked and then
I
I
don't remember.
panic blanked? I'm like, I should know this. My husband teaches science and also I'm smart.
Yeah, like come on, Danny, 6-time. Danny's here. I don't remember how many times you've been on the show at this point. I get it confused with Elite Eight Showdown on all podcasting platforms.
And with a thing this good, why keep count?
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
Just keep making up random numbers.
Exactly.
I'm fine with it.
We have so much to talk about
Yes.
today, depending on time is relative,
It is.
as we all know. We have so much to talk about. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about games played over at twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday. We had our game, and I want to get into that. I want to. There's
Do you? That's something you want to relive?
it is and it isn't, but so I've been I won't say stewing about it.
Yeah.
But it has actually brought up I guess call it me writing my letter to AMG congressman, right?
Okay.
And they're gonna send back a formal letter that says your concern and flag burning is now our concern. We will address it, which that is a King of the Hill reference that I make constantly that nobody ever gets. It's extremely niche, but let's talk about our game that we played because someone was a coward and decided not to show up.
I was
Yeah.
afraid of
Yeah.
not only figuratively crapping my pants, but literally crapping my pants.
Right.
So I apologize.
So I get that. Probably would have actually guaranteed me a win. You know what I mean?
I know,
Like,
especially if I
that
felt
would have
like
been a
trash,
forfeit and I
been
would have
like,
won.
Yeah, we do have a 3 poops you're out rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
I feel bad for Anthony. Like, that carpet's a wreck anyway, but like,
Well, it would have been a competition for sure.
we want ripping it more in there. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
exactly.
would have been me.
Exactly. Let's talk about our game that so you and I, you were like, "Hey, bud," and I was like, "Oh, you're here. You got stuff in your hand." And
Oh,
he's
you
like-
didn't know until he got to the store?
I literally didn't know until he walked in.
I was legitimately concerned that he would not show up if I told him
Okay,
that he was
that's
playing
fair.
me.
That's
Because
super fair.
it was in his contract for
Yep.
the Infinity War League that he
That
did
would
not have to
you.
play me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I felt really bad.
It was well established. Not only did I end up getting an astronomical bullshit beatdown on myself.
I wouldn't say astronomical. We
I
were going pretty head to head for a
Yeah.
while. You would have won if I didn't have, a bullshit gem.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever, it's the best gem.
Yeah, it is.
It's
yeah,
so
it is. By leaps and bounds.
It is, and I want to get into it. So, our game, I brought Inhumans this time.
Mm-hmm.
I switched it up, and we played the Soul Crisis, Soul
Yes.
Gem Crisis, where you score 1 point for holding a Soul Gem, and there's no limit on how many Soul Gems you can have on a character. And the perk up of that was if they went to go play a tactics card, it cost one less.
Yeah.
Something I completely forgot about. Because I realized, looking back at it, at the end game, I should have played all you got. If I had realized that you still had your one gem left,
Yeah.
I should have just all you gotted and tried to kill, what's his nuts, Star-Lord. Because last round of what became the last round of the game, you and I We had one character each. It was
Yeah.
an absolute bloodbath.
It was.
Yeah.
An absolute bloodbath of a game. Go over to twitch.tv/professional casual network. Check the VOD out. If not, wait like 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks. It will be up on the YouTube here for you to check out.
Yeah. End of round 2, all your guys were injured.
Yep.
End of round 3, all my guys were injured.
Yes.
Going into round 4, everybody died.
Yep. Pretty much.
Dang.
A few takeaways. I don't know what's going on with me specifically and what I have done to earn it, but having Eric, what the internet and what competitive players call crap 3 characters like Star-Lord, like Hawkeye, absolutely murk some of my strongest characters on my
Yeah.
team is absolutely absurd. Crystal got destroyed by Star-Lord in that game. And then he proceeded.
She took a lot of hits, though. I focus fired her and wasn't able to get stuff through for a while until my 3-threat guy rolled once.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Really?
Yeah, you.
Or was I chipping her down?
No, you didn't even chip her down. You one smacked her with
Gotcha.
with Ronin,
Yeah.
injured her. I flipped her. She got to literally activate once, and then you proceeded to literally blast her in the face with a full auto.
Yes.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
and you had just a bunch of energy on you because I think maybe I attacked you, so you were able to full auto twice that turn.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Yeah, you did a ton to,
Yeah.
him right away. I think you did 5 in that first round to him.
Yeah,
So
something
he
like
had
that.
1 health left and pretty much flipped or pretty much went into round 2 with full power.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she took 2 strikes. She took 14 dice from Captain Marvel, right? And took no damage
Wow.
after a binary form, or was that a
No,
Koye?
that was a Koye.
Gotcha.
Koye did because she bodyguarded. She was bodyguarding the crap out of Crystal.
Right.
Because I was like, well, I need Crystal to do the thing that Crystal can do,
Yeah.
which is sit on this objective and turret as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
which ended up not doing anything anyway. I got a few conditions out. I tried to get a few conditions out.
You did. You got some incinerates on good Hawkeye and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But let's talk about the end game.
Yeah.
It comes down to Medusa and it comes down to Star-Lord.
Well, in that last activation phase that you had, I had Gamora and Star-Lord up.
Yep.
And you teleported with the space shard
Our other crisis, our secure was the
Yep.
space. Yep. Which,
to
for 1 energy, you could jump within range 1 of another gem.
yes.
Yep.
You annihilated Gamora.
Mm-hmm.
Teleported back, which didn't cost an action, just an interact,
Mm-hmm.
and almost took out Star-Lord as well with Medusa. I had been completely underwhelmed with her in the past,
Mm-hmm.
And it really came down to you would have taken Star-Lord out had a wild been rolled
Right.
on that attack.
On that attack. And it's also super to. I used to think the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say she seems great, but I haven't actually played with her yet. I don't know what she can do.
Yeah.
I
We know the internet loves her.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing. I was like, I know that the internet really likes her, but I think that's just hyper competitive people. Once people figure out her weakness, she'll get nuked in 3 months, right? That was kind of always our talk. It's like in 3 months she's not going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
She is still consistently great.
Right.
She
Yeah.
has some of the best output for a 4, and
Massive utility.
yeah, and she fits great in every affiliation that she's in.
Yep. Throws, re-rolls, teleports, flurry attacks. I mean, I understand why people love her. She's
Yeah.
really good.
And I always forget that her hair thing has the you can't modify. I think it's modified dice against her. It's something
Yes.
that they just tack on.
Yeah, modify dice and attack rolls against her.
Right, which I think I had just completely forgotten about. Maybe it didn't matter, but regardless, I wasn't until like literally the end game. It's like, oh yeah, she can do that. I hate that this one very important sentence is at the end of this rule.
Yeah. It's kind of like
All
whenever
the living strands, yeah.
Yep.
whenever Danny plays She-Hulk, we're always trying to find where aggressive is on her
Right,
thing.
yeah.
And it's like part of gamma transfusion or whatever with she gets extra power and this and that. But
Obnoxious.
And I get it. They're trying to save space on the card, but at the same time, it is kind of aggravating at times. But so we're down. I needed to get rid of I needed to get rid of Star-Lord. I was unsuccessful in it. And I was like, okay, all I have to do is survive him shooting me. I had 3 health on me. I was like, I think I can do this. I think I'm durable. And essentially all you did was double move to a point. You also paint the picture. You were 1 point behind me.
Yes.
I had exactly 5 points to win. You needed 6 points to win. You moved to 1 point, and I thought that was a little weird. Didn't really understand what was going on. And then you were like, I'm going to play my other gem. Because, again, this is the league. You get special gems that are just bonker rules that I honestly don't think that they play tested it, all of it.
I think that was almost the intent, it seemed like.
I think it is too, and unfortunately, and I'll get into why that maybe was not the best idea on AMG's part. You play the gem that for once per game, you get to count one opponent's model as yours for points of scoring.
Yes.
I had all 4 soul gems on me, and I was on a point. I had 5 points. You moved to a point. You played that gem. You won the game.
Yep.
Now, I am going famously, and shout out to the legends that are For Whom the Die Rolls. I don't know where those guys are, but I'm sure they're doing great up in heaven. Somebody once commented on their video, because there was an individual, handsome guy, but got a little mad in a video, and somebody had commented, the only thing worse than seeing a baby seal get clubbed is listening to it cry while it's happening.
Oh, okay.
What? Just an absolute one of my favorite quotes of all time.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. It has stuck with me ever since I read it. And again, he was a great dude, really handsome. Personally, I think he was underrated over there. They should have listened to him more. You know what I'm saying? But so this is going to be my baby seal clubbing moment, right? AMG has constantly made a stance, made it a priority of theirs to prevent negative play experiences for their clientele, for their players, for whatever. If we were not doing this league for entertainment purposes, for people watching at home, air quotes, contractually obligated to do this league,
right?
That game, specifically after a year and a half of being in a pandemic where I wasn't allowed to play, for a lot of people, this may be their first time back getting to play a game.
Yep.
And that happened to me in that game. That would have been such a negative play experience for me. I would not come back to the league. Because now everybody's going to see how strong that gem is. And for every other game, I'm going to have to put up with that.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be a counterculture back and forth of like, well, I know you have it and I have it. So when she plays it, do I do it here? Can I double, trap, reverse it?
Right.
How's this going to play?
And it is fun. The league is really, really fun. But I think there are some gems in there. And again, the easiest way to do it is just don't play in the league, right?
Right.
That's the easiest way to avoid it.
Yeah.
But they want to create these experiences. They want to make sure that we're having They banned cards, they restrict cards because they don't want to create negative play experiences. But when you're trying to get people back in your store or back into stores to play stuff, this was a league that was supposed to get people to come back into the store.
Yeah.
This was a league that had a ton of hype behind it. And I just think a gem like that, with the possibility of that happening, creates such a negative play experience for other people that I do truly think it will end up causing a lot of hurt feelings.
Anthony in the chat, by the way, says he 100% agrees with your take on play experience. Yes. Which I think is super valid.
Right.
I think in the way that we are playing this league, where we're doing it a little week by week, is certainly not how it's intended to be played, because I think, and it's all relative, right?
Absolutely.
But when you're playing it in like a day event where you play 3 games and every game wacky stuff happens and wild things happen, and it doesn't matter because you don't count your win and loss record and you get the prizes at the end just for playing the games anyway, I certainly get why they are as off the wall as they are in this.
Right.
But that is kind of the only setting that works. Because even playing it by the rules as intended, spread out, you have those pretty overall negative play experiences. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, drawing from my own being just in that thing, I was behind that game the majority of the time. Like you had capped all my you had flipped all my characters turn 2. I was always constantly behind on points, and I was like, I did it. I beat Tim. I figured it out. I just have to survive this one round of shooting. I did it. I beat Tim. I finally did it, and I didn't need help, and I conquered the demon, and I slayed the dragon, and I've done the thing that nobody else was able to do yet. And then like that thing happened, and it wasn't because I made a mistake. It wasn't because I, and I don't like to blame dice. That's just that's an aspect of something I can't control, so I can't blame it. It was literally just a no-win situation for me, and I did not realize it until you did it. Granted, I thought you had already played it for some reason because you had just scored a bajillion points in the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He has that stupid gem that does that thing.
Yeah.
And I just super lost. Here's the thing. I don't blame anybody for not taking it, for taking
Right.
it. It is a good gem.
Yeah.
And compared to the other, because I was reading over the gems that are in that line, there's no other gem in there that is worth taking for, I think it's a soul gem, right?
Mind.
Gem.
Oh, it's a mind gem.
Yep.
Okay. So there's no other good mind gems. And realistically, there's not. I mean, there's some really good gems in there, but you can find the top 3.
Oh, yeah.
That like even in a league situation, competitive people, they're gonna show up because they want to have fun and they want to play stuff. They're gonna take those 3 gems.
Yep.
And it's gonna hurt. It is gonna play a negative play experience. And I guess my gripe isn't with like I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at the game. I'm mad at
The game was decided based
Right.
on a decision that I made well before round 1 even started.
right.
But in how many of these scenarios, though, are you going to have one character holding 5 victory points, though? Like, all of these things just were happenstance that kind of, like, collided together and made
Absolutely.
this scenario.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I had that same gem when I played against Dan. I only used it to get 1 point from, or no, 2 points from
Right.
him. Even that, getting 2 victory points from one
Right.
character.
It was
is kind of a lot.
it was a perfect storm.
Yes.
It was a perfect storm situation, and I think it was like the climax of seeing the result of how it could happen.
Right.
And
And it was tides back and forth because, like we said, I had a really strong early lead, wiping out a bunch of characters. And then it came right back down on me the
Right.
next round where it's like, oh, well, shoot. Like, which I do really like about this game, but that element does not flow with that back and forth that they have, in
Right.
fact, done a very good job at creating with this game.
Right, and I think that's my biggest that was my biggest frustration in the way, and even though they do listen, and we'll talk about that later, that they preach and they go so hard about we don't want negative play experiences. That's why we banned this card. That's why we're restricting these things. And then like to have this like air quotes slip through the filters, slip through their fingers. It made me realize I was angry at AMG and they're not going to defend themselves because they don't need to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
And I guess my whole point of this is if you're going into this league, look out for that gem.
Yep.
And I think the easiest way to like, if you're gonna run the league, the easiest way to prevent it from happening, maybe not necessarily prevent it from happening, is saying an amendment to the rule is you still get 3 gems, but you treat it like when you're building your squads, and that you only get to pick 1 of your 3 to bring to the game. Because after a while, they all start to stack on you just get more rules to stack on.
Yeah.
And like, I forgot half of my stuff most of the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so much to remember, especially now
Yes.
that, I couldn't imagine after a year and a half not playing and then trying to go back to play with all my new models that I painted during, lockdown and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh man, like it'd be a mess.
I get really intimidated. Like, I always forget tactic cards as it is, and then to remember 2 more things, and then eventually
Yeah.
3 more things, and then all the things that my characters can do. Yeah, just it's very intimidating to try to remember all of that. And again, that's on me. I just need to learn it more. But Yeah.
We're all super guilty of it.
yeah,
The amount of games where someone has played Bitter Rivals,
you had forgotten-
and we don't take it into account for any of the attack or defense rolls.
Yeah.
yeah,
You had forgotten that you had Brace for Impact.
Yeah.
Like which would have completely saved you a large. Same thing. Had brace for impact, completely forgot about it.
Yep.
Would have helped a throw. There was a throw situation where
Yeah.
a collision happened. The fact that I forgot about all you got, I was like, because at that point I could have been like, well, just all or nothing. Like if I lose, I lose. But if I can kill him before I die,
Yeah.
then it's at least
You
a
did use
draw.
all you got, didn't you, at one
Nope,
point?
I never used it.
Oh, nuts. Okay.
All I did was I did the swap my damage. So
Yeah.
because originally my plan was to flip.
Black Bolt as soon
Black
as
Bolt.
possible.
Yeah, and the thing was, is I would have been able to play all you got for free because I had 4 soul gems on me, which would have reduced the cost down to 0.
Yeah.
So it was dumb of me not to do it. I should have just gone with it, but
And I will say, it's made fun of a lot, but Bullseye's chip damage, making sure that stuff gets through, has been monumental in every one of my games, especially on characters with larger amounts of health. Because initially I was like, is there even a point in putting bleed and maybe 1 damage on Black Bolt? But it added up. And
Well,
it took 3 rounds, but you end up getting there.
and who was it? Black Bull or was it? Maybe it was a Koye, one of the two, where you were just like you wanted to not do damage, so you could just do the 1 auto and kill him.
Yes.
And I think maybe it was Black Bolt. I feel like it was Black Bolt. And I just remember being like, I'm gonna come across the table like a puma at you. like, I was so mad. Like, I was just so mad about it. You know what I mean? And like, and we'll get into why bleed is going to become even better.
Yeah.
Here in just a minute. Bleed is a good condition that like really started to stack up on me.
Yeah.
Because I think you would put bleed on Black Bolt, which I was like, fine, he's got enough health in the side, he can survive a turn of taking it.
Yep.
Maybe it was Red Skull you had one shotted or whatever. But it was it was him. I left bleed on him once or twice, and finally I was just like, all right, I have to spend this action. I have to shake this, or I'm going to die at the end of my turn.
Yep.
Yeah, bleed's really good. I don't know why you guys complain about it.
So I super underappreciated it. I think it's great in the first few rounds, especially for a non-primary target.
Yep.
Someone that you're not going to be focus firing on.
Sure.
Letting the opponent make that decision whether they're slowly going to let a Koye kill themselves or spend an action to shake.
Yeah.
I think I should have given a lot more credit than I did initially.
Yeah.
Honestly, putting bleed on a Koye is super smart.
Oh yeah.
Or on any of your 2s. You know what I mean? Like people have like super low health. It's crazy not to because it will catch up to you. You know. So
Yeah.
that being said, anything else about Monday?
No,
All right.
not really.
But we have a very special thing to talk about before we get into it. Talking about all the news, and that's at time of air. Talking right now. Tomorrow. Twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching this after, you missed it, bud.
Yeah.
Potentially. But it's 1 p.m. Friday, the 30th of July.
Yep.
That's the month we're in.
July.
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are running Separation Anxiety, and I am cranked about it. I am. What's the Cracked? I believe isn't that what the old
Like when you half pop a kernel of popcorn.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Maybe even 3/4 cracked. You know, like a little cracked black pepper on top, baby.
All right.
Oh, all right.
We are running Separation Anxiety. A 4-way melee beat 'em up, King of the Hill style, where symbiotes are running all over the place, clinging to us, giving us extra abilities. Head over to twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network. Go give us a follow so you get that notification when we go live tomorrow. What are you guys bringing? 11th threat. That's all you get to play with.
Yeah. It's actually a
hate
lot
it.
harder than
It is so hard.
like
Because you're thinking, like, okay, I want people that are going to stick around, and that's high threat characters. And that's
no,
tough.
I think it's going to be a lot quicker than we're expecting
Oh, it's going to go super fast, I think.
because the majority of teams are 3s and 2s.
Yep.
What are you planning on bringing? Have you decided, or is it still up in the air?
It's so up in the air. I was talking with Dan about it, and I want to go outside of what we're playing in the league just to like have something
Right.
But I'm super comfortable and familiar with who I have, my affiliations in the league. So I was like, if I just take like She-Hulk and Domino and fucking somebody else, and Dan's like, if you take She-Hulk, everyone's gonna gang up on her.
I
Like-
disagree. I'm not going to go after She-Hulk if she's on
No.
the board. I'm going to leave her over there. She can do her own thing, and I just hope I don't get targeted.
Yeah, Dan's like, because everyone's gonna be in such a concentrated area. He's like, you are gonna have a huge target on your back.
That's so. If there's a place for it, yeah, it is there to
Yeah.
dogpile on She-Hulk.
Yeah,
But
so which I mean is completely fair. So, Dan said he's taking Kingpin, Omega Red, and Lizard.
oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's a great group.
Yeah. So I still have no idea. I would really like to have Domino at the center of it just because I want to bounce grenades all over you fools. But I talked about doing X-Force, running Cable, Domino, and Deadpool.
I thought about that too because
And
I
just
hadn't
trying
played
to
any
steal
of
your
them yet.
token.
Oh, you dick! So the token and what she's referencing is Hydra Bob's loaded token.
Yes.
Because I will be playing Sam Wilson, Captain America, Luke Cage or Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist. I want the range in there. I might go Luke Cage though, just because he's so
He's
durable.
more durable. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's got a throw.
and he's got a throw. Hydra Bob and someone else. Oh, War Machine.
Oh, there you go.
Because we haven't seen War Machine or the new.
Yeah,
Sam Wilson.
if there was actually they're all Avengers for you. So,
Nice.
so I wanted to be the only one who brought characters who actually knew what they did.
Okay.
Because
Oh, sounds dumb.
yeah, because it seems like everybody's bringing like new characters that they hadn't played before, and I was like, oh, I could just win this by knowing what my card does. You know what I
Right?
mean?
That's
Like,
the
and I can
thing,
just run the
like-
clock out
Yeah.
on everybody else. And then I was like, but Ghost Rider. I haven't played Ghost Rider. This would be an opportunity to try him out.
Okay.
Are you gonna do Ghost Rider and Hulk?
So originally it was Ghost Rider with a bunch of twos to feed Ghost Rider. That was my plan,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Because it's something that I want to try, but I know in game it's a lot of work and it's probably not worth it. But on this, oh, maybe. And then today I was like, you know what would be fun? 2 models, Ghost Rider and Hulk. Because I've
Do
been
it.
Ugh.
itching to try Hulk. Like
Yeah.
I think I only played him once, which was like that Ultimate Encounters that we did first time ever on the channel, and he got creamed
Yeah.
very fast.
Last time I played him, he got creamed real hard.
Yeah, so there's a part of me that really wants to be the guy who brings Hulk. You know what I mean? And I contemplated doing She-Hulk and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Because why take original recipe Hulk when I could have extra crispy Hulk?
Yeah. Good Hulk.
Yeah, good Hulk.
Right,
But I don't have Hulk done. Or I don't have She-Hulk done.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't want to play with anybody else's models. It's my punishment. I had actually legitimately lost the box
Oof.
Oh,
for like
no.
a month.
That's the worst.
And then I was just like, all right, I can't stand this anymore. I need to clean this giant pile of mess.
Yeah.
And she was at the bottom, and I found her, which I was happy about. But I'm not going to get her together and painted by then.
Fair.
Um,
Danny, like just throw out a reconsider for She-Hulk. She-Hulk and Hulk on the table would be stupid,
It's kinda
terrifying.
fun.
it could be a lot of fun.
And She-Hulk's not gonna get targeted when Squishy Hulk is on the table either.
I mean, realistically, you could do She-Hulk, Domino, and then a 2-pointer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like 2-Point Black Widow.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
2-Point Black
That's kind
Widow
of
is
what
the
I was
go-to there.
debating.
Stealth, long movement.
But I also
Yeah.
contemplated, what was the other one I contemplated doing? Oh, Hulk, Nebula, Taskmaster, and actually trying. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So like mixing it up because like Nebula's my meat machine.
Yeah. Because everyone's gonna have objectives. Because everyone's gonna have symbiotes on them.
Right. Everybody's gonna
So
have
she's
a
getting to re-roll all of her dice.
Yeah. And she would not be affected by symbiotes because she
Correct.
cannot hold or contest a
Yeah.
objective, which is kind of interesting.
Okay.
So I don't score points with her, but I also don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. I don't totally remember. Maybe you do. Are there negative effects for having symbiotes attached to you?
No.
No. So she would be playing a disadvantagely, I guess.
Yeah.
There are some that I think Mayhem, the symbiote Mayhem makes it so that you roll less dice against mystic attacks, but I don't think there's a whole lot of negatives.
Okay.
A lot of them are like you just do bleeds on everything that you do.
Right. All right. That's interesting.
Or you
More
can
stuff
fly
to
now.
remember. Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Dan is in the chat suggesting I take She-Hulk and Angela.
That would probably... Angela would get targeted.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's 4s across the board, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to target anyone with 3s, let alone 4s for everything.
Right.
I mean, you could take slightly better Angela and Hela.
Which is my exact thought because I love Hella.
Or
so freaking much.
wow, what did somebody call her? Dollar General Hela or Dollar General Angela, something like that.
I think that's more accurate, just because
funny.
Angela's
It's true.
so mobile.
Yeah.
To be able to get up, contest that beacon, get a symbiote, and get out of there if you needed to is
Right.
super rad.
Yeah.
And that's my thought with 2-Point Black Widow is getting a long move.
Yep.
That would be pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys thinking for tactics cards? We only get 3.
Ooh.
I'll figure that out when I
Yep.
get there.
Yeah, fair. All you got.
I'm literally not going to remember to use any of them. So
I mean-
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that kind of still wants to play in humans.
Mhm.
And do like Black Bolt, Medusa. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. So I would get 3 more points.
Black Bolt and Medusa?
That's 9. And then 9,
Yeah.
10,
So
11.
2
No,
points,
2
yeah.
more.
Yep.
Ah. All right.
Toad? Licking up those symbiotes from over here?
Maybe.
Well,
I thought about,
well,
yeah, maybe Nebula.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just a murder machine, and this is going to be a
Right.
murder machine fest.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I've kind of fell in love with Medusa because she's just so efficient. She's so good.
She is
Yeah.
really good.
And Black Bolt with a beam. I mean, granted, he only has. I don't know why we always are like, he's got a beam. When
Right.
it's a 6-point spender that you only get on his injured side, and when he flips, everybody's gonna beat the bricks off of him.
I heavily considered bringing Vision
Okay.
and using Smash,
Okay.
which allows you to break a piece of terrain, and then you add that size terrain to all of your attack rolls for the rest of the round.
wow.
Getting 2 to 3 targets on a beam with an additional 1 to 2 dice, and then maybe... What's the one where you sacrifice your physical attack defense to add to your rolls?
Doom Prophecy.
Doom Prophecy. That's only on physical attacks, though, right? Not everything?
I don't remember. To be
Because-
totally honest.
The way I haven't fact checked this, and I'm sure someone will let me know that I was joking in the chat or on the video comments, but my thought was if you do that on Vision,
Mhm.
you'd add 2 dice to all of your rolls, right?
Mhm.
Because he only has 2 physical defense. The way that his phases work says that you roll that many additional dice. So when you sacrifice your 2 physical defense, if you switch to enhanced density, you are still rolling 3 dice on physical defense. Because it's not increasing your defense, you're rolling additional dice on those attacks.
Yeah.
Let's find out together.
So I think that you'd still be able to roll physical defense, get a buff to your attack, have Smash on there to get another 1, and then you're beaming, hopefully, especially in a target-rich environment, 3, 4, 5 people for...
No.
No, it is only physical
This
attacks?
character cannot roll defense dice against physical attacks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
So you just can't roll defense dice at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So
cue the laugh track, because that was a good one.
That was pretty
the
funny.
that was the zinger,
You got me.
So funny.
right?
Additionally, this character adds dice to its attack, physical attacks equal
Oh,
to
it's
its
only
defense
physical attacks anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter. Never mind.
until the beginning of the next activation. It's not the best card.
Smash still works for it, but it's expensive because it has to be smaller than you. So I could only put garbage cans on my hands and get 1 more dice on all my
Yeah.
attacks.
Smash?
Smash.
Oh, yeah, I forget about Smash. Smash was good.
Yeah.
Smash is great for Hulk. I mean, that's the whole point, I
Yeah.
guess. But, all right, let's talk about the news.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because I haven't actually figured out what I'm running yet. Otherwise.
Fair.
You're just going to have to come and watch to find out.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
pretty much. Oh, okay.
Oh, and we'll be giving away kits to
Oh,
be
yeah,
able to
duh.
play the separation anxiety event with yourself and your friends. It comes with 16 cards. I think there's 14 symbiotes that you can pick up and have on you that give you all sorts of cool passives and extra attacks and abilities, as well as 2 item cards, which are the Sonic Rays, which you can use to get symbiotes off of other people. Comes with all the stuff to be able to play. There's a bunch of tokens, and then 2 alternate art cards for...
All webbed up and uneasy allies.
Yes. Yep. So make sure to pop over there. We'll give away at least one At most one at the end of each round, depending on how long the game goes.
Absolutely. I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait to get mad and never want to play this game over again.
The good news is that because it's a 4-player and once you're out, you're out.
I just go home.
You can just go home.
Yeah.
You don't gotta wait.
I actually said that today, and I was like, if I do take like She-Hulk and Angela, like,
Yeah.
he's like, don't throw the game. And I was like,
No, actually, I think She-Hulk's really good specifically at throwing.
right, yeah.
So not as good as Bullseye,
No.
but
The best of what he does, which is throwing things.
and what he does is just huck stuff at people.
Yep.
Just hucking it.
I mean, where do you want to start? There's a lot to go over here.
We got, so first off, thank you, Atomic Mass Games, for listening to us. We're really glad you liked the show, that you checked it out, because you put panel displays and cards in the same situation.
Yep.
Which we really liked, but we got somebody else to talk about. That's Blade, baby.
Yeah, we do.
I am so hyped
Yeah.
for this character. I am, dare I'll say it, titillated about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can you say that here?
I'm going to give you one. You ready? Bucko. Ha!
Wow.
I gave him one. All right. So, Blade, we're talking about Eric Brooks here. They dropped his card. I am in love with this box.
Yeah.
I am all in on Moon Knight. Now, I still have no idea who he is, but I'm still super in on it.
Yeah.
And Blade is legitimately one of my favorite characters of all time. I absolutely love Blade. And I am ecstatic that we finally got him in the game. And he has the most ridiculously awesome miniature probably that they've ever released.
Yeah, tactical zombie hands.
Tactical zombie hands. Tactical vampire hands. Why would he be attacking zombies?
He wouldn't. Zombies would be attacking him because they're like, "Wow, your sunglasses are really nice." Probably.
Yeah, right. Let's go over his card because I'm super hyped about
Yeah.
it. He's got 6. I don't know you. He has got 6 stamina. Sorry, I just got a phone call and it just apparently shut down my iPad. There we go. He's got 6 stamina, medium move, size 2, 4 threat. Nice 4 ski.
Yeah.
I like it. Now,
Little
granted,
4-pack.
yeah, and teamed up with what's his nuts, Moon Knight at 3. So I do like that.
Yeah.
He's 4-3-4 on defenses.
Actually, really solid.
Super
Yeah.
solid.
Like really good.
Especially for a 4.
I really like that 3 energy. Like I'm okay with that. I think that's good. I really like that 4 mystic.
Especially with all of the releases that are coming out and the 2 other characters that we'll go over. Having a beefy Mystic defense is going to be
It's super good.
really in the meta.
Yeah, super important, super in the meta. Now let's talk about his affiliation bonus for the Midnight Suns. Now originally we thought maybe this would be a switch, maybe a new leader for Defenders. It's not. It's its own affiliation,
It's his own deal.
which I'm super hyped about. I kind of would have still liked a different option for Defenders. Like,
Which we might with the other Strange, but
yeah, we don't know. Who knows? I kind of hope not. Like, I don't want 2 Doctor Stranges to be leaders.
Yeah.
I want, like, there's been other Defenders who have been the leaders. That is just a cavalcade of people that,
yeah.
pretty much if you walk the streets of New York and you wore a mask, you were part of the Defenders at one point. Much
Yep.
like the Fantastic Four. If you wore blue, you were part of the Fantastic Four. But
You did have to have a very specific number on your chest, I'm pretty certain, too.
no. Wolverine never had a 4 in his chest.
But he was part of the Future Foundation. That was different. He had the old double F, which I've been wanting to give Wolverine for years.
Whoa.
Fond farewell. I want him gone.
Fish fingers.
Yes!
Everybody knows Wolverine loves fish fingers.
He does. It helps him find his way home.
Yeah.
Bump in the night. Once per turn, any time during an allied character's activation, they may spend 1 energy. If they do, that character may be the character within one of their current locations. You get to move them range 1 of their current location. Love it. Absolutely love it. As a guy who loves movement shenanigans, who loves being mobile and not having to spend an action on it, range 1 isn't a lot, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Especially if like those big base boys and gals and theys are gonna love it.
It's amazing for anyone with stealth.
Yeah.
Being able to just inch right back out of range.
Yeah.
2-point Black Widow, being able to long movement, have stealth. I mean, assuming you run her in this affiliation, to then be able to just scoot a little bit more, either on an objective or further away, it's going to be rad.
Yeah.
I actually do like that there's a spender to it. Like, they just don't get it. Like, automatic. Like, it's not just a once per turn.
Yeah.
And, it is a once per turn, but you have to pay for it.
And it's only during that character's activation.
And only during that character's activation, which we have found with Inhumans, they need to specify that more on other characters. The fact that I was able to just bounce energy all over the place when I was running Red Skull in Inhumans, and him literally just being a battery the whole time.
It worked well.
Yeah, you and I both looked at each other and were like, this is kind of broken. They do need to word this just a little bit. Like, being able to bounce energy from two different characters that aren't even on that, it's not even that person's activation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, but I love movement shenanigans. As we all know, I'm a huge Lockjaw fan. I like the Web Warriors because of all their movement shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this is inherently built in. Again, range 1 isn't, but it could be enough to get you onto an objective.
Yeah.
To contest and then still have 2 full actions. His attacks, this is a little confusing to me. But his strike, his katana, is a mystic, strength 5.
Yeah, he has blades that have always been coated in this or that or whatever, so they get through
Silver,
whatever.
typically.
Yeah,
Just silver.
just silver.
Just silver. Does that make it mystic?
And
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
I
Werewolves and
I
stuff,
kind of
right?
would have liked it to be you could choose physical or mystic.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I think just when
I mean, it's a sword.
your name and
is.
the type of weapon you're using are the same, people are like, whoa, what are you hitting? And that's
Yep.
what makes it the mystic.
Mm-hmm.
I
think
think
that-
with your mind.
I think that's actually completely what does it.
All right. The attack is resolved. He gains energy. It's his builder.
Yeah.
Bleed. Automatic bleed. After the attack is resolved, the character gains the bleed special condition, which I absolutely love. I love that blade just auto. It's not on a wild.
Constantly.
It just every
For all of
time
them.
you get to put bleed on somebody,
Yep.
and he does get a wild pierce on a wild, which I also love.
Yeah.
This is an insanely good spender.
Yeah,
or,
it
builder.
is super good, and we love Pierce here. We're big Pierce people.
Yep.
More
No.
Pierce than the better.
Question. So Pierce, change one of the defending characters, whatever results to a blank. Do you call that before they roll or do you call it after they roll?
It's after.
Okay.
So it's like the modifying opponent's dice is like the very, very, very last thing that
Gotcha.
happens in the
Okay.
in
Happens
the route.
before their reroll. No, happens
After
the
the
rerolls.
rerolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's both good and bad in that you kind of have the final say what happens, but if they roll a crit, you can't get rid of the crit exploding into another die.
Right.
Right. Which is good.
Yeah.
And then he has a physical throwing glaives, rapid fire, which I absolutely.
No rep.
Oh no, rapid fire. I'm sorry. It's he gets 1 energy off of it, which I really like. So it's a guaranteed to get him energy, and does bleed on a wild, but it's range 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, if you need to do range, if you need to put bleed on somebody, it is only strength 4.
Yeah.
I like strength 4 throws. I mean, as we all know, what's his nuts?
Bullseye.
Better Hawkeye.
Extra crispy Hawkeye.
Extra crispy Hawkeye. Like a 4 builder still works,
Yeah.
or 4 strength attack still works.
Not on a threat 4. I feel like that should be 5, especially when you're bleeding on a wild and it only
Yeah,
gains
but it's
1
not
power.
but it's not his builder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's an alternative builder. I think there's another term that they use for it, but it also gains power.
yeah, but it's not his primary builder.
Yeah.
So like, I think he would be a little too much. We rarely see 2 attacks that are the same strength, and I would much rather have his katana a 5 than his
Oh, yeah,
throwing
for
blades
sure.
a 5. And then of course, Knight of the.
Damn pure.
Thank you. Range 3, strength 7, 4 energy spender. If the target character has the bleed special condition, you may re-roll any number of attack dice.
Awesome.
Playing again, very thematic, playing off the blade, which you're automatically going to put on him from the katana. And bleed after the attack is resolved, the character gains the bleed special condition. So it is cool that it gets to get put back on.
Yeah.
If for whatever reason he doesn't have it, I don't know really a situation when I would use this when my opponents didn't already have bleed.
When you only have 1 attack, you need to move, and
Right.
I mean, it's still 7 dice, Mystic, range 3.
Range 3, yeah, because and the last is after the attack is resolved, the character may advance medium, which is really good.
Yeah.
And it's just an advanced medium. Never mind. I was thinking if he has slow on him, that doesn't apply, but it does.
Yep.
I really like that attack. I do see me using it because his 2 spenders and his powers are really cheap for a 4.
They are.
We have half blood
Physiology.
The character can immediately perform a shake action.
So good.
Crazy.
Stupid good. It is.
Yep.
It is Asgard
Built-in affiliation.
built-in affiliation on him.
Same price.
Yeah, and same price. 1 energy. Being able to get rid of a stagger. Being able to get rid of. I mean, is he immune? Weirdly enough, he's not immune to bleed.
No, he bleeds.
Yeah, I know. It's just weird.
Don't you remember in Blade 2, the rebladening, when someone made him bleed, and he's like, no one makes me bleed my own blood. And then he won that dodgeball tournament or whatever.
And then they got ice cream.
They did get ice cream at the end.
Yep.
Which more, that's why he's a daywalker. Because only daywalkers can still consume dairy.
Right.
Other vampires can't anymore.
That's why I keep him around. Then he's got the computer.
It's fair.
I super love this ability. It's really good. And I like the fact that, getting rid of poison. I'm actually surprised he's not immune to poison, to be totally honest with you.
So, you know what? Yeah, and you can use that as many times as you want per action. It's not limited.
No.
So, goodbye poison. You're
Yep.
finally going to get shaken. It just won't cost an action.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. Absolutely. Because it's always super aggravating.
Yep.
But it's never worth the shake.
And it's super worth it there. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I can either lose one next time or I can get rid of it now and never deal with it again.
Yep, 100%. And then he has supernatural senses for 2 energy when this character is defending against a physical or mystic.
Yep.
Physical or mystic. Interesting enough. After rolling its defense dice, it may use his superpower. This character may re-roll any number of his defense dice, including Skull Resolve.
This is stupid.
So good.
So dumb.
Yeah.
So good.
Already high. Already 4s in both of those stats.
Yes.
And you're re-rolling all of them? That is nuts.
For 2 energy.
For 2 power.
Unless you're an Avengers, and then it's for 1.
Yes.
Which I think he
That's
fits into
wild.
Steve Rogers' Avengers so good.
Yeah.
No, it's skulls too. It doesn't matter. You can roll wilds. You can
Yeah.
roll blacks.
So what's the chink in the armor? Where,
Energy.
There's not a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 3. That's standard.
yeah.
He doesn't really have a weakness.
I disagree.
Except that he is not immune to bleed or poison.
Well, so you put conditions on him to make him spend energy so he can't do super senses. You put
Okay.
Crystal.
Do you?
Yeah.
You put him to waste 1 power?
No. You use Crystal, who every attack is a condition, plus she has an ability to spend 3 to do an additional attack that she hasn't already done. So you put slow, you put bleed, you put incinerate.
needs to be on
Oh, incinerate absolutely has to be on him.
Yeah.
You put incinerate on him. Crystal is his killer. Oh, did I do that?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's fine.
Crystal is his killer. You put incinerate on him, and then she has, I think, at least 2 energy attack.
Yep.
So she just nukes him off the map.
Mm-hmm.
Nebula wrecks him.
Oh, Blade Shock Assault?
Yep.
Yeah.
Blade Shock Assault, and if he's holding an objective, even better.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, she's immune to bleed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's true.
that's his hard counter. He needs to be attacking people who have bleed on him.
I think the power 3 that people are going to be really scared against when playing Blade,
Nebula.
Ultron, and Vision. None of them can bleed.
Luke Cage also, I thought was immune
Yes.
to bleed.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
they
He's not?
forget? No, I thought he was.
I'm pretty.
I think he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
He's got
thought that was-
impenetrable skin.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole thing was he was immune to bleed. Yeah, okay. Because I remember that list, and I remember thinking, oh, wow, Ultron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's random. Coming back, but yeah, it totally makes sense. They're robots.
Yeah, he's only got 1 hand.
Yeah.
Are you going to make his not hand bleed?
Yes. And then of course
I need
vampiric.
a not Band-Aid. Stupid.
then he has a.
We got to read the patch notes so I can get all fixed up.
Remember, Chuck, he has the computer.
I know.
He has the
That's why we
computer.
keep him here. And
Until you guys can afford a computer, then I'm never invited back.
Yep, pretty much. Vampiric immortality is his last power. At the end of this character's activation, he gains 1 energy and removes 1 damage from itself for each other character within range 2 of the bleed special condition. And that's friend or foe. They've already went over that on the panel to play.
Yeah, and that's actually super cool.
It's super like
Just like
you have to find somebody who can cap him in 1 activation.
Yeah, you get your cycle synced, hang out
Yep.
by Blade, he's never going down.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Follow Me, I think, is going to come back into play here. All You've Got, I think, is already there, but I see a situation where people, all you got to get rid of Blade.
Yeah.
I adore him. Blade is my Scarlet Witch currently. Like, he's everything that I wanted. 100%. Everything about him is perfect. The model is great. I am a huge Blade fan, and I think they did an amazing job capturing exactly what I wanted. I love his... I think he's... I'll be honest, I think he's undercosted. He is inching towards 5.
He is inching towards 5.
Yeah.
Actually. Yep.
I think he's a very strong power creeped 4. I'm not complaining about that. And nothing changes when he flips.
Right.
Which
Except that his trench coat does get a little ripped up.
Yeah, a little tap.
Kind of Spawn vibes.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy to me. Don't bring Spawn into this.
I mean, you were fine with the
Spawn confirmed.
with everyone getting their cycles linked up joke, I figured.
Yeah, I'm fine with that joke. I'm just not fine with bringing Spawn into my
fair.
conversation.
All right.
I would rather much talk about syncing of cycles over anything that I have to then think about Todd McFarlane
Okay.
and the spit in the corners of his mouth.
Yeah, he had macaroni salad for lunch. I think that's what it is. Dude eats a lot of macaroni salad.
That's really gross.
He
I
loves
like
it.
macaroni salad, but
He loves it. Let's talk about the other characters.
Yeah.
The ripped right from the silver screen.
Yes.
Carl.
Yes.
Caramel Amadeus or Amadeus?
Amadeus.
I didn't know if it was like, when he leaves, the magical training place, he's like, Amadeus.
Right.
And he steals a bunch of stuff and just
Yeah.
leaves,
And now they're like, they call
He
him
is
Carl
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Yeah.
Mordo.
Oh, Carl Amadeus. Mordo's here.
Right? Or like,
I
deuce.
am kind of glad that's the joke we're going to go with here in the gimmick and not the Rock Me Amadeus song.
So I had that song stuck in my head several times.
Yeah, I don't
because
want
read that
I
card.
don't want that, and I very much feared that was going to be the joke that the channel was going to get. And I'm like, I don't need that constantly stuck in my head.
The good news is that it's very close to a poop joke, which is path of least resistance for me. So
Fair, actually, super fair. Let's talk about Baron Mordo. First off, if you're complaining about him, shut up.
I think he's solid.
So I think he's great. There were some people I saw in the chat that were just like, "That's not Baron Mordo," on the Facebook when it got posted.
I was
It's
just
like,
regular old Mordo.
well,
You
and
got the upgrade, got the title, corner office.
yeah, and
window.
then everybody was like posting the like what he looked like in the comics, and it's just like let him exist. I don't
Doesn't need
understand.
eyebrows like that. It's
Yeah,
excessive.
why do you got to make it weird?
Not everyone needs Wolverine hair.
Yeah, 100%. Literally, you know how many people are going to probably take the unmasked Wolverine head and put a ponytail on it and put it on this one? If you make me do that, I will hit you with my car.
No, not
Okay,
at all.
good.
I super dig this
This
MCU
model's
Mordo.
great.
Yeah.
Jumping off the symbol, the leaping boots or whatever, boots of leaping that he has.
Yeah. So we'll blow through this quick because there's a lot on this card.
So much.
6 health, 5 health on his injured side, medium movement, size 2, 3 threat, 2/4/4 for defenses,
Yep.
which I'm super fine with. He is a little bit of a stacked character, but when you add a very clear weakness, like they did not do it all with Blade, to the character, I feel that's super legitimate. Every attack is mystic. Staff of the Living Tribunal is his builder. Range 3, strength 4. After the attack is resolved, you get power equal to the damage dealt and push on a wild. Bolts of...
Size 2 or smaller.
Yeah, so that's pretty standard for. I don't know if any 3-threat characters have pushes that affect more than size 2, but pushes are kind of like you're not throwing someone, you're not strong enough, you're just making them go over there. But
Well, Shuri.
hers is size 2, I think too.
Then how can she push Hulk?
Or Venom. You're right. I was joking.
Yeah.
But Bolt of Bishru.
Remember the thing that killed Hulk was Shuri
Yeah.
in any competitive or any meta at all?
Yeah. Venom was this one that was super good against, I felt
Yeah.
like. But they came out around the same time. Bolts of Bishru, range 4, strength 4, also 0. Secondary builder gains 1 power after the attack is resolved. Hex on a wild.
Great.
Nothing super out of the, excessive there.
I like a range 4 wild Hex.
Yes.
That's great.
But-
Hex is super underrated because we don't
Yeah.
see it that much. I think we're
Right.
going to see it a ton now. But
Well, and no one was
super
playing
low.
defenders. I felt like they were hot for a good minute, and then until Scarlet Witch came out, we never really saw Hex.
I think they were hot on our channel. You guys were like hot for defenders because we had finally seen a new affiliation and we hadn't gotten one in a while.
That
or
could be.
something, and it was something totally different because we did get Hex.
We were all
And-
trying to fish for that Doctor Strange. You lose your activation.
Yes. Yeah.
Never getting it, I don't think.
No, we never got it.
But his spender, and this is the rad one. This is Reigns of Ragador. Range 4, strength 7, 4 power to get off. But it has the Burning Rain quality. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains Incinerate and Poison.
Ooh.
This is both super cool and not super cool because when you're using a big builder like that, or a big spender, sorry, why are you putting Incinerate and Poison on at that point? That should be something you're setting up to use your spender on,
Sure.
versus killing something and putting Incinerate and Poison on it right before it goes down.
Right.
But he has an incredible active superpower called Soul Barb, where he chooses an enemy within range 3 and has one or more of the following conditions: Hex, Incinerate, Poison, or Slow. He can then choose one of those special conditions and leech it all over the place to any other enemy character within range 2 of that target. That is so stupid good.
That's
Yes.
really
And
cool.
synergizes with so many people. Domino, Hawkeye, Star-Lord, anyone that's going to be...
What, Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, Pumpkin Bomb Man, I think they call
Green
him.
Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That's what the kids call him now. But it's so stupid good. Can't do bleed though. Would have loved to have seen Soul Bar be able to combo with Blade.
Well, it's a mystic. Those
Yeah.
are all mystic related, kind of mysticky related stuff.
Yeah.
Also, would have completely broken Blade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they would have
Yep.
been like, okay, we have to ban Blade.
I'm curious if they play tested that with that on there, and then we're like, okay, no, we
Yeah, like
can't.
that.
Yeah, they must have.
Yeah.
Actually, I do think it's a little interesting. Although Omega Red has it built into him as a defect, I am a little surprised that Poison's there.
Yeah. Oh, so he does combo super red then with Omega Red.
Yeah.
That'd
Honestly, Omega Red, Mordo, and Viper is not a bad three combination.
no.
I don't know if they're ever going to be on the same affiliation cards, but it's not a bad combo.
Yeah. He can spend an action to use Master of the Occult to just gain 2 power. He can use that once per turn. The Ferocity of Sidorak. This costs 2. When another allied character within range 3 of this character targets an enemy character with an attack, this character may use the superpower. It's effectively Death's Decree. He can add 2 dice to this attack, but there is a negative because the attacking character will suffer 1 damage. So, honestly, you throw this bad boy in there with Black Bolt, he's making stronger attacks, and he's getting a little bit of damage back on him so he can flip faster.
Oh, and you, literally anybody who has healing factor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah,
There you go.
they just get it back.
Yeah, Berserker
Honestly,
Barrage with that. is-
great for Blade because at the end of Blade's activation, as long as somebody has bleed next to him, he's gonna get that health back and he's gonna gain an energy.
Yeah, that's super valid.
So like it sucks that you're gonna take the damage, but there's so many ways around it at this point that it's
Yeah.
like who cares?
And then his final reactive is the Vaulting Voots of Valtor. Costs 2. After this character is pushed, it may use the superpower. After the effect is resolved, this character advances small.
And I
That's pretty dope.
thematically I really like that. The fact that he gets pushed and then he kind of like does a Superman, like a
Super
superhero
Mario
flip.
triple jump and
Yeah, and then brink, and then ricochets back. Also, when you went over it, but Master of the Occult, this character gains 2 energy. as an action, so he is essentially meditate.
Yeah. Better meditate.
Yeah, we'll just like turn 1, move him up, meditate.
Yeah. If you can't do anything, if you're holding a point, he's a 3. He should be completely viable to be an objective holder.
Yep.
And he can advance after being pushed. So when you do have someone in there that's going to be pushing people off of stuff, he's there for it. I wish that the vaulting boots of Valtor worked on throws as well, but
yeah,
see.
well, I mean, so like
might-
push,
might not.
you're bouncing back, but throw, you are probably getting like torpedo long darted.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, like you're going too fast. You know what I mean? It's not just like
yes.
if you want later, I'll show you the difference between a push and a throw outside in the parking lot if you're interested.
Listen, I've played MCP against you. I know you can throw, baby boy. But boom! But yeah. And then flight.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Surprised I'm immune to poison.
I think Baron's going to be in a lot of lists because of Soul Barb exclusively.
Yeah, so we had said that the last kind of big wave was movement shenanigans. And I think now mystics are going to be condition shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Not only putting conditions on people very easily, but putting it on people who are adjacent to him. Gross. It's gross. I'm super here for it. I super like him. I think he's great. There is one other person that we need to talk about, though.
There sure is.
And that is, of course, one of your favorites. Because, again, representation is important here.
It's true.
It's the Ancient One.
Yep.
Shout out to the Bull community. I'm sure
Right.
the 40-year-old Bull people in the room probably really appreciate having.
Yeah, Danny, why don't you read this card
All
for
right,
us?
yeah. So this is the Ancient One, also known as the Ancient One. So 6 stamina.
I'm glad they put her real name on there.
Yeah.
Just so we knew which version of the Ancient One this
Right.
Right.
Like this is the OG Ancient One. Wait, you have to go back to it because I don't have.
was. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. She's medium move, size 2, 4 threat, 2, 3, 5, which is bonkers. 5 mystic defense. It makes sense,
Yeah,
but dang, 2 physical defense.
because women are weaker. I think it's what they're trying to portray here.
Right, absolutely. But I mean, like, she's ancient, so
Oh,
Yes.
it's not women, it's old people.
old people.
Or bald people.
We're ageisming right now.
Agisms.
Um,
AMG's always been about those agisms, I'm pretty certain.
I'm pretty. Oh no, that's AGM. I was gonna say like that's what AMG stands for, but that's an AMGA.
Agamism.
Agamism.
Accurate.
Agamism. Her builder is Shards of the Seraphim, which is range 2, strength 5. After the attack's resolved, they gain power equal to the damage dealt. On a wild, she gets Pierce, which is pretty sweet.
Just really good on a builder.
Yeah, right. Another builder, Fangs of Farrah Fawcett. No, Farala.
Falafel. actually.
Falafel.
Yep.
Bless you. Sorry. Range 3, strength 4. After the attack's resolved, they gain 1 power. And if it deals damage, after the attack's resolved, the target character gains the poison special condition.
A lot of
Here we got
poison
some
going on here.
poison.
I think on things like that, adding conditions is really just a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't have power or you're trying to gain power to use it for something else. You're not in range for your normal builder. It's just a bonus. I'll take it.
Yeah. Strength 4, but is getting 1 energy after the attack is resolved. And the fact that you get to throw poison out there is super great.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Like if you're debating between which one, 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I don't know.
Right.
And then her spender is for 4 power. It's Astral Strike, which is range 2, strength 8. The defending character does not add crit results in its defense roll to its total successes and cannot add additional dice to its defense roll as a result of crit results.
That is so good. It's better hex.
Baller.
Yeah.
Baller. Yes, that's straight up like domino stuff. If this attack deals damage after the attack is resolved, the target character gains the stagger special condition.
Which oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
attack is so good.
Yeah.
But it's range 2. I think that's the thing that kind of keeps it in line.
Yes.
But honestly, she's 4 threat. If Astral Strike was range 3, I wouldn't be blown away by that.
Yep.
I think it would be a lot better for sure. I would love to see that, but
Yeah.
it being range 2, little lackluster.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but not like super exciting.
Yeah.
I would be scared if it was anything more than 2.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
she would be
Yeah.
an absolute threat if it was anything more than
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Are you whelmed? Not overwhelmed or
I
underwhelmed,
am
just whelmed?
adequately whelmed.
I'm adequately.
Nice room temperature whelm.
Yeah, that's
That's
all.
how I
can
like my
really ask.
cheese.
That's fair.
Alright.
That's not for me. Like, I'm not gonna condone that activity, but
Yep.
I
A room temperature whelm cheese.
yeah, I appreciate that you appreciate appreciating that.
All right. She's also got Mists of Hoggoth for 2 power. Place this character within 2 of its current position. This superpower can only be used once per turn. Pretty cool. An additional move.
Body slide, you know.
Yeah, right. All right, I've read that as just womb.
Yeah,
The
the
next
winds of the
one's
womb,
Winds of a womb. What womb?
just cervical
What
farts.
Womb. For 3 power, when this character is targeted by an attack, it means a superpower. Push the attacking character towards this character small. I don't know that I would want to do that.
So I thought that too. I was like, why do I want them closer to me? Oh, astral strike.
Okay.
So I can duff them in the dome
Okay.
and make them stagger.
All right, yeah, because they'll be activated already. Okay, all right. Still
Well-
makes me very stressed out.
Yeah, it's one of those, especially with 2 physical defense. It does not seem like I want people there.
Well, it's getting people off of points if you need to get them off a point. I
Yep.
mean, it is a small, so it is a good amount of distance. It's not like a range one or anything like that.
Yeah.
And
Especially on someone with a big base.
somebody with a big base suffers it pretty hard. Also, depending on who's next to her, you could be just setting up for
That's true.
a beatdown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
if
what
you
I mean?
have her piggybacking on somebody,
Yep.
that's pretty sweet.
Well, and when you look at it too, so it's got to be someone that's already in attack range of her anyway, because she has to be the target of an attack. So I think the huge play for the Winds of Watum is bringing Bullseye to you, bringing Hawkeye, bringing the people that do not want to be near you either.
Yeah.
This is not to be used to bring Hulk towards you,
God,
because
no.
he is already within range.
Yep.
Anyway,
That's silly.
but
Yeah. She's also got Keeper of the Eye of Agamotto. When this character is making a defense or dodge roll, it may re-roll up to 2 of its defense or dodge dice, which is pretty sweet. And additionally, during the power phase, this character gains 1 additional power, which again, not a separate thing, so that kind of annoys me. But at least this
Yeah.
is on its own like separate. Like they hit the enter button to get it underneath, so you can see these are
Correct.
2 very distinct things.
Spider Senses that works on dodge dice,
Yeah, very good.
kind of good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, it makes her a little bit more durable with that 2 physical defense.
For sure, absolutely.
Because otherwise, her weakness is throw crap at her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But being able to re-roll her physical dice, even if it's 2, is really good. And more importantly, then she also has martial artist.
Yeah, she's got martial artist. When this character is defending against a physical or energy attack targeting it from within 2, this character adds blanks in its defense roll to its total successes.
Super love it.
So while she only has 2 physical defense, it should be pretty reliable to regularly be rolling at least 2 successes on there.
Yeah.
Because you're counting blanks
Counting blanks.
and blocks
can
and
reroll.
wilds and crits. So you're already at over a 50% chance, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can re-roll anything that's not that. Effectively, skulls and hits are the only things that messes you up. 3 out of 8. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
She's going to be surprisingly durable.
Yeah, I think she is too. I really like her. I really like her. I just haven't actually figured out what it is I need to do with her.
You trap your opponent by making them feel like they're going to get their physical characters up there, or have a Hawkeye go up there and blast her with physical ranged attacks, and she's going to pull you close and stagger the absolute hell out of you.
Yep.
Because you're going to forget that she's getting extra power. You're usually making the attack first, so when she just goes off, she is going to absolutely go off. And she's going to be super defensive. Because she's already going to be rolling pretty okay with her physical defense, only with 2 because of the rerolls and counting the blanks. On everything else, it's only going to get worse. Because she has significantly higher defenses than
And
those.
if you piggyback her with someone who has like a bodyguard ability,
Yeah.
forget it.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, super fair.
Granted, she wants to be spending power, so I think she works great. I hope, I don't think she will be, but her and A-Force, especially if she's actually part of that affiliation, I think is super strong.
Yeah.
Making sure that you have the power to be able to use the Winds of Watum to pull people close to you and then astral strike them. The fact that that is not only going to do heavy, heavy damage every time, but is going to auto stagger, I mean, that's nice. That's a She-Hulk killer. That is a Hulk killer.
Yeah. Absolutely. Super. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't change on her injured side at all.
No, which I also super love.
Mm-hmm.
And I think makes her a very strong 4, a reasonably strong 4.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think she's hitting right where she needs to be hitting.
Yeah. Well, and this box too, having only mystic attacks, because Mordo and Ancient One come in the same box. I know friend of the network, friend with benefits of the network, Throwlash Gaming himself has been wanting to build an exclusively mystic attack roster.
This is his team.
This is the release for him.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And whatever that affiliation is, because we don't know what that is yet, but and shout out to Zach, who commented on one of our videos in the past. I think maybe it was when we got all the models released. They apparently had said in one of the streams that the affiliation, I believe it was Zach, said that the affiliation is going to work not like any other affiliation prior.
Yeah.
Making it almost sound like there might not even, you get to maybe choose who the leader of the affiliation is.
That'd be cool.
And their bonus ability is written on the affiliation card. So you get to pick the person.
Okay.
Which could be interesting.
Yeah.
Essentially you get to choose who gets to be Sorcerer Supreme.
That would be a pretty major departure from what they've done in the past, but I'm all about it. Not being locked into a couple specific characters, especially as they get outdated or you just don't want to use them.
Right.
It's really cool.
And so actually kind of surprising that they did it, because they also are limiting their potential for releasing more models or more characters or things like that by saying anybody can be the leader of this affiliation, instead of coming out with another card that has that affiliation bonus leader on it.
I kind of like it as an anti-power creep method of keeping leaders as the affiliation, as the way to get that affiliation ability. It makes characters like Captain America or Red Skull relevant well after their release, where they would have been completely forgotten.
Yeah.
Maybe not Captain America, but Red Skull certainly probably would have been.
Yeah.
So I dig it. I do hope they keep it, and they make that decision very carefully if they make it to open that up.
Yeah. I also kind of only hope that maybe this is the only team we see it on too.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Let it be their gimmick. You know what I mean? Let that be their gimmick and be done with it. Anything else?
Yeah, who out of these three are you guys most excited for?
Blade, without question.
Oh, there.
There's no question there. I am all in on Blade. I don't think I've ever been this happy in my entire life. I now know how you felt when Scarlet Witch came out. And I feel like you're trying to hold back, trying to not be me and just shitting on all of my happiness. I don't like it. I don't like this dynamic at all. I need the rate. I need the, that's what we do. That's who we are. We shit on each other, and it's a lot of fun. And we pretend like we're still friends afterwards and all that stuff.
Here's what I hope doesn't happen to you.
Yeah.
I hope that you really enjoy this character, just like I really enjoyed Scarlet Witch, and that they are everything that you wanted in the model for them, that they are fun to play, that they regularly perform. And what I hope doesn't happen is that everyone complains about you running them and that it's bullshit and they're a bullshit character and they hope you never play it again. And I hope that's not taken away from you.
Yeah. Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I roll a lot of skulls.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
And Scarlet Witch,
At least it's not bitter rivals, am I right?
Right. How about you, Danny?
Blade looks super awesome. I'm really pumped for the Ancient One.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see how people fit her in with different lists.
I thought she was going to be a little bit of a sleeper.
Yep.
That she was going to get passed over, that MC1 Gamer was going to throw her in the trash like he did with Cassandra.
He already said he was
Nova
going to.
Yeah.
No, he said he wasn't.
Oh, he didn't?
He's like, the Ancient One has a spot for sure.
Oh, okay. All right.
I believe. Otherwise, I was joking.
You're right.
But no, I'm excited to see where people fit her in. I think she's going to be wild.
And even better about the Ancient One, she does have an option to put the hood on her. You can put a hood up on her.
Okay.
Therefore, those of us who, maybe are a little insecure about the fact that we don't have any hair.
If the Ancient One starts a podcast where there's a light directly above her head, she won't have to worry about regular shine.
Exactly. Although one of the shiniest characters they've ever done. I don't know if you guys have seen the promo shots of them glowing.
Yeah.
Absolutely glowing.
Wow.
The ancient one is.
All that
Um,
mystic stuff.
So I think the ancient one in Mordo box is going to be the Angela Enchantress of this wave.
Yep.
I think that people are going to look at it and they're going to look at Mordo and be like, that's the character in this box.
Yeah.
And then in like 3 months they're going to realize, oh no, ancient one's way better.
So I do think that. I think
Once they unlock her.
I think Mordo's going to be the Wong.
Yep.
And they're going to be like, oh, Soul Barb, this is the greatest thing in the world. Cypher Rain or Poop Farts or whatever is going to be so good. And he's going to get a ton of play early.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to absolutely realize they were sleeping on an ancient one. And
Yep.
they're going to be like, oh, automatic stagger?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think very quickly people are going to figure out the hard counter for Mordo.
Mhm.
And it's not going to be fun anymore.
Yeah. Don't push him.
Yeah.
It's actually really easy to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Just throw him into stuff like everyone else. That's everyone's weakness.
Yep.
Except Kingpin.
That's fair.
That's why Kingpin's the OG.
Specifically, will just wreck both Black Dwarf and Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
Just ruins them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Tim, who are you most excited about?
Probably Mordo. Soul Barb, I mean, I'll probably fall for the trap that I just said was a trap, but spreading those special conditions around is awesome.
Yeah.
It makes me love Domino even more. It makes me like Cable even more. Anyone with Incinerate, I love. Incinerate a lot. Makes Scarlet Witch better. Being able to throw that Hax around even more. She has a bunch of conditions, and she has...
honestly, Mordo Toad
yeah.
could be a lot of fun. I mean, that's a cheap 5 points.
So I see him wombo comboing really hard with Bitter Rivals and Incinerate, clumping up, especially with the Ancient One there too, being able to move people around a little bit, maybe even a Cassandra Nova, being able to body biokinesis people about, clump up the enemy, Bitter Rivals in the center, AoE Incinerate. They're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Outside of the target of Bitter Rivals, everyone's rolling -2 defense dice on all their stuff, which is 0 for a lot of the characters coming out. Even just Bitter Rivals, making characters like Carnage or Mysterio rolling nothing on certain attacks.
Dang. Yeah. That would be debilitating.
Yep.
Ghost Rider is your blade killer, by the way.
What's that?
6 strength builder, range 3, and has Hex on a wild.
Yeah,
Which hurts Blade because he can't explode and do more damage on his already super attacks.
that's fair.
And Flames of Hell is a beam 3, strength 5. After the attack is resolved, puts Incinerate. So run Mordo in there.
Yeah.
I think Ghost Rider Mordo team up actually would be really good because you're going to be able to spread Hex and Incinerate and Poison.
That's the thing is I think Mordo is just going to see so much play. He's going to be great with Crystal and I keep wanting to say the Invincibles or the Immortals. What's their stupid name?
Inhumans.
The Inhumans. Yeah,
Yes.
those guys.
Yeah, he fits great in Inhumans with Crystal.
Yep. Fits
Or
great.
A-Force.
Yep.
Because she fits into A-Force really nice too.
He's going to be a solid constant add-in.
Yeah.
For a lot of
And
groups.
She-Hulk loves Incinerate. Like, she loves when other people have Incinerate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Yep.
it just guarantees that she's going to cap you in one punch.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Gross.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Oh, Mega Red, too. Mega Red is going to love Mordo.
Yes.
Putting that
Yes,
poison
he
out
is.
there.
I think, like I said, you're going to find so many things where it's just like, oh, well, Mordo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think we'll take Ancient One and figure it all out. You know what I mean? Anything else before we skip out of here?
Who do you think is going to win tomorrow?
You?
Nope. Not when there's multiple people that are going to be like, Tim's put himself in a good position and we need to get him out of it. Multiple people being able to figure out what I'm up to is usually not good for me.
I mean, yeah, I thought that on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I just walked out of the store. So
It's too late at that point with one person. When there's multiple eyes, it's like a magician. It's like, hey, as long as you're only looking at me from over here, it's okay. But then Danny's like, oh, it's just stupid rubber bands.
Right.
I'm like, nuts.
You dummy.
yeah,
So,
all right.
when people
I'm going to
see
win.
if you bring She-Hulk, yeah, probably.
That's fair.
But
I don't know I still haven't figured out what I'm going to bring in.
Dan's list actually looks very good.
Yeah.
He's going to be throwing people. He's going to be staggering people. I think he's going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with in that game.
And
Kingpin is a threat.
and durable.
Yep. That I think is
Lizard,
the biggest
Lizard
key.
super
is
durable.
You have to be durable.
He has a lot of throws.
Yep.
So I think that's going to,
Maybe I'll
in the end,
mirror,
going to win
maybe
the
I'll
day.
just mirror and take the same exact thing he does.
Yeah.
Just do like Pig Latin for the name. Like, no, this is Inkin.
This is Mega O-Ray. Ed Ray? No.
Or like Delta Red instead of Omega Red.
Oh.
There you go.
And Queen Pin.
Right.
And
Queen Needle.
Yes.
Queen Needle. Delta Red. And Bird.
Who was his last one?
Lizard.
Lizard. Yeah. Yeah. And the amphibian.
Oh, take something super fun. That's what I want to do is just take something fun.
Yeah, I
Okay.
really am
This-
just.
This is the,
Hulk
this is the time
Ghost
to do
Rider.
something wacky.
Yeah.
I think Hulk and Ghost Rider is
That sounds so fun.
Just
Yeah.
seems like a lot
I
of
love
fun to
it.
me.
You should do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm considering it.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to get Hulk yeeted into because Kingpin's going to be there.
You know what? Do Hulk Strange. Defender's affiliation. You can be able to punch his Hulk as mystic and energy attacks.
Open up the portals.
Yeah, actually.
Drop a portal right in the middle, and then everybody can jump through it.
And the Mist of Valtor, too, so that when someone finally does, it's like, all right, well, this is stupid. The Hulk is mentally punching people out of existence.
Yeah.
You put those on them, and then people are going to have to attack your stupid clone dummies or whatever.
I might have to paint out my Doctor Strange really fast.
Yeah.
You've been doing your speed painting. You
Yeah,
got
it's
this.
true. Yeah, and I had planned on doing like astral form and just painting him to look like a ghost.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know what to do with him otherwise. So maybe
you
we'll get
go.
it done. We'll see what happens.
I could do it.
I got a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could get it done. You know.
you got this.
Oh yeah. With that being said, true believers, I have to pee.
Yeah, my belt's too tight. Let's finish this.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us once again. We have been the Professional Casual Network presents. Wait, did I roll a wild and Marvel Crisis Protocol vlog? Head over tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
To that Twitch.
to the twitch.tv/Professional Casual Network. Watch us play Separation Anxiety
get
and
yourself a
find out
copy.
how you can win your own copy. We'll be giving away at least one, at most one.
At
We're going to
least.
be giving away some.
A number.
A specific determined amount at the time that we do it.
You probably between 2 and 3 of them.
Yep.
A couple or a few.
Yep.